active.
Oh, Ishmael, if you lived here, you could have eaten a half an hour ago.
Yeah. Charizard just atted everyone.
Yeah, through the stream.
No,
He means no. What? What?
no, that's how it works.
That's not.
What is going on? What was that?
It's still half an hour ago, Skinzy.
Hello, Donny. Hello. You get to see Scaldy fail how time works.
What is happening?
Donny's drunk.
Yeah.
Donny's drunk.
I realised the mistake. I realised the mistake now. Yes. Yeah, because your time hider is.
Yeah, that would be.
Can people hear Scaldy?
No, it's 9.
9.
So
It's an hour
half an
and
hour's 8:30. So it's actually half an hour later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
No.
Sunrise is later as well.
Yeah, but I don't care about sunrise. I care about the sunset, bro.
Sure, but true.
Your body
But not that much. Not by much.
No, but technically, Skills, you are right. Yes, Skills, you're right. We're wrong because if I was Danish, it would be 8:30 o'clock. So it's half an hour later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
Like just because Hyder's 9 is hour 8 doesn't mean Hyder's 9 isn't 9.
All Donny sees is a blur. Oh God, enjoy.
Right. Hold on, I'm gonna go eat. I'm good.
Scaldy, have you found out whether or not you can be heard on chat yet?
We just left.
Would you please look so I could go into my own chat and start the stream properly, please? Alright. If I'm starting off a chat with you, don't join it.
Bye.
He's already going to eat.
Oh, of course, yeah, damn it. I forgot.
Who's not in right now?
Oh, we're breaking it up already.
Oh,
4-9.
Oh my God, that's on stream. Well, a headphone warning for anyone. That I apologise and apologise for that. But yeah, I'm now on my own in my own party. People are starting to pour in, and for those that are just joining us, this is Tier 1. It's Thursday, and that's not a representative down the side. I'm pretty sure Mitchell just got back in his chair to the host, so we will wait until everything's updated for Imola. Pretty sure, I think we're going 5 minutes later. It is 8 o'clock. We might be going at 8:05. But yeah, that just means we've got to fill about 4 more minutes. How's everyone doing? First off, how's everyone doing? And secondly, anyone watching, you got any sort of predictions or anything? Please do let me know. As for my prediction, I think I have to go with the man that's backed himself all week to win. I think I'm gonna have to go with Logan to win. However, as per the deal between me and Logan, if he doesn't win, I'm going to die laughing on stream. But yeah, could be quite interesting, this one. I have no idea how this is gonna turn out. The rain might just throw a spanner in the works entirely. That could happen. But yeah, it's Tier 1 around Imola. Round 5 of 14, I believe we are in. Only a couple of weeks away from finding out the mystery track think it's like 3 or 4 weeks actually, but not that far away, nonetheless. Just adjusting my mic, waiting for a couple people. Everyone's like, Bahrain. You have it's. What the hell, Donny? What on earth? The house. Oh God, you can tell you're drunk. Everyone in favour say aye. I'd much rather commentate the race at Bahrain, but I think Imola might produce a bit more of a few more crashes. Fuck it, let's go back to let's go back to Austria. Let's see how much chaos we can get there. The eyes have it. I don't think they do. I'm pretty sure I've just become public enemy #1 going to saying to go back to Austria. Now we're changing it. It is that week. I am really happy to say that we've got Salieri back. Obviously, oh. Maybe I might have jumped the gun there. I don't actually know what's happened. I shouldn't laugh at that. I shouldn't laugh at that. Rainbow Road. The Rainbow Road better than F1 tracks. Agreed. Well, some people are readying up. Having on speed dial. No, please don't. Well, he's not exactly helping you in the championship. Like, he's got 1 second and had done absolutely nothing else. I'll continue to do when he spins out under the safety car just so I could die laughing. Everyone readying up? Look like it. We're already at 5 past. We are not already at 5 past. Oh, we are already at 5 past. My watch tells me a little bit different. We got a couple of new guys in the lobby, or a couple of guys running for the first time anyway. Salieri and first time in Tier 1 when I'm watching him anyway. And then LBU, the first time I'm watching him for full stop. I know he was in GT the other day, but, you know, I don't know how good he is at F1. Really don't. Looks like we've got dry qualifying, as per usual. Qualifying happened in the same way every week. It'll be 18 minutes. It'll basically be whoever's the fastest through those 18 minutes is on pole. And, oh, Joe going for mediums, I guess. Fastest lap. And we always, I forgot to mention that we always follow the first one out, and apparently 6 of them just join at the same time. Not LBU, so it's Salieri we'll watch first. He's the first one out the grid. He's the first one out the pits. So he'll be the first one to do his laps. Broadcast is just going away. Oh, there's Alfa Romeo on the grass already. Racing's already in the on the grass. There's multiple Aston Martins going out behind him. And then I think that's a Red Bull on the back. Oh, so Salieri lets racing on through, so I guess we're going to watch racing. It's usually the first one over the line. I assume Salieri is going to let a couple more people through. Did they get anywhere near? But we'll watch racing's flying lap, or we'll watch watch his outlap and his flying lap. I think I've just lost my train of thought for a moment there. Bunch of people coming out. Mitchell stayed in. Ishmael's gone to eat, so he won't be taking part in quali full start. BR4 still in the pit. Logan and Bambino still in the pit. Scaldy as well. A couple of guys. Williams is the best F1 team. I mean, I do like Albon, but I'm not sure if I'm going to say Williams is the best F1 team here or on in real life. The yellow flag in the third sector, I believe that's a McLaren having a lot of fun. Racing's the first one out, so let's put telemetry on. Why not? Goes into 7th. Only 7th through there. You can get up to 8th. 24.9 through the first sector is not particularly quick, I don't believe. Roughly about the same time I was setting earlier on. There's an invalidation from racing. Who's the closest guy to him? I believe that might be Salieri. It is, but he's invalidated. Staber still going, but Donny's the one closest. So go to Donny's lap. Salieri gets along, just lets him on through. Get the purple second sector purely because he's the only one who's done an actual lap at the moment. Yellow flag in sector 2 might be a Ferrari letting card on that one. And Donny toward the line, yellow flag in sector 2 and 3. Donny is going to set a 15.6. That is not particularly quick. Staber to the 49 is alright. Alu had a lap that he didn't really go ahead and properly do. I don't think Ross is doing a proper lap either. Racing going through and invalidates again. Stickler's going on for his lap now. Whether he invalidated the first time or not is a different question. Denja did a 16.6. Not a great start for Denja either. Ross of 19, which probably means Ross span at some point during the lap. Oh, a little bit off to the off centre, sorry, through the corner there from Stickless. There is a Mercedes behind him, and then Logan to the 42 banker. Well, there you go. Tier 1 banker lap pole is already quicker than Tier 2 pole. There is a yellow flag in sector 1 for an Alfa Romeo, just Logan slowing down. Looked like there was one for a Alpine as well. Still going here with Stickless. Watched his entire lap so far. The yellow flag there between the McLaren and the Alfa Romeo. Couple of guys coming back into pit after their laps. Stickless isn't one of them. Comes to the line to set a banker lap now, and it's a 15.5, puts him 4. Couple of guys having not the greatest of times there. Mitchell had an invalidated lap, I think. Or took an extra in lap. 2. BR4 does a 14.6, puts him 2nd. Joe does a 15.6 on the mediums to put him 6th. Yellow flag in sector 1. The purple sector 1 for Mitchell, 24.2 there. The McLaren card and the yellow flag just behind him. Going into Aqua Minerale now. This is the place that Mitchell's had problems with all week. Well, all week as in practice. As for whether or not it is still a purple. So he could be going on for a fastest lap here. Ishmael obviously not saying a lap. Racing had a awful first tyre run. Mitchell didn't look particularly great through the final couple of corners there. A little bit slow. Going to the line. is not enough to be on pole. 6 tenths down, 14.8. Alu did the 14.836, just slightly slower than Mitchell. Bambino on the mediums. Before he goes through the chicane, I'm going to shut my window so don't get complaints from the neighbours when the race eventually starts. Bambino through the final couple of corners. What kind of time is he going to set? Goes on by 13, 14, 15, 57. Puts him 10th. So we've got Alu coming in. Ross probably coming in as well. So it's just outlaps now. Let's watch LBU. And he starts his lap now. Let's get a look at what this LBU can do. Haven't had much of a look so far. First proper lap by the looks of it. Denja retired from the session. Not sure what happened to Denja there. That's all over the place from LBU there through the first couple of corners. Looked like he got more on the grass than he did the actual turn. Gets on the gravel and invalidates through the following corner. My TV wants to shut down. Why do they always do that? Let's have a look at Skeldy. Skeldy through sector 1. So you see Mitchell did 24.2. It was 6 tenths off the pace. I think Logan got back out for another lap. Probably could have gone away with just the 14.2, to be completely honest. With the purple there. I'm not sure how true that purple is. I can quite see the times for the first sector, so I'm not sure whether or not that's true or not. There's a yellow flag in sector 2, it's just the Aston Martin letting him past. Aston Martin just starting his lap now. We'll go and watch Staber afterwards. We finish off with Skeldy here. Is ABS allowed? Yes, ABS is allowed. Yeah, no, there wasn't enough drivers in the league, in the top tier that would go to no ABS. So ABS is definitely still allowed. And Skeldy, 15.6 on the softs. Let's have a look at what Staber's doing. He's a 10.5 quicker than his prior lap. Where would that put him? 10.5, somewhere in the middle of Alu and Mitchell by the looks of it. Outlap, we've got Logan just started his outlap. He's now nearly a quarter second quicker. The yellow flag in sector 1. One of the Mercedes just letting people on through. Oh, Ishmael got here with 8 minutes left. Do a lap now. Just about keeps it at inbounds, Staber. Through the final corner. Is he going to improve by enough? He's going to improve by almost half a second. Puts him on a 14.494. What's Logan doing? In response, going 2 tenths quicker. That's what he's doing. Through the second sector, he's still 2 tenths quicker. Second sector is rather the same. It's ever so slightly quicker. Logan going down to the final couple of corners now. There's a couple of AlphaTauris behind him. Mercedes and his teammate following. Logan is going to set. It's a 14 flat. That's the benchmark. Ishmael, let's have a look at Ishmael's lap. Let's go. We've not get people who haven't set a lap will give their time to. The Kobo, what's the Kobo doing? Kobo's just up the road actually. Oh no, the Kobo's just down, just back behind him, and Skeldy just lets him past. The yellow flags in sector 1 and sector 3 as people just slow down to let through. 17 of us. Everyone's on a flying lap, or everyone's out of the pits. 3 on out lap, sorry. What's Ishmael doing through the second sector? 49.6. It flashes purple, but I don't know how true that purple actually is. Ishmael could put up a decent time here. It definitely could put himself toward the front 4 Yellow flag in sector 1 again, as Joe has actually got off the track this time. It's actually span at turn 3, sorry. And Ishmael through the final corner. It's going to set himself a 14.6. Puts himself 4th. BR4. Let's have a look at BR4. I haven't put any emphasis on BR4 today yet, even though he's currently sat 2nd. Oh, he's 4 down. He just set that 14.3. Dakobo there. We've seen racing. Seen Joe lap is... Hello, Stel. Joe's lap invalidated. Stickless has just saved it, though, but he's definitely coming into the pits now after his lap was just ruined. Good luck to everyone but Trocker. I agreed. I feel like that's mean. He's half a second down here, Donny, so there's no point staying on Donny's lap. Going through the final couple of corners. Ross is a 1.5 tenths up. But it didn't look particularly great, and probably got the red delta. That's why he's gone in for pits. Salu is very close to his time. Whether or not he's going to be able to do a better one is a question. Mitchell to the 14.412, puts himself 3rd on the grid at the moment. Someone's just done a lap. A couple of people doing a lap. LBU's put himself 7th with a 14.774. Bambino's gone on to the softs and put himself 3rd. Ever so, I think Logan's gonna bottle anyway. Well, he won't bottle qualifying. I don't think he bottled qualifying from here, but as for the actual race, anything happened. Bambino did a 0.395, puts himself 3rd. And Alu does just over a 10th quicker, puts himself in front of LBU. LBU giving himself a half-decent showing, actually, on his first time in the tier. LBU's still out. Salieri, the 15.8, might have not really a lot there. Oh, he did a wall! Oh, he did a wall! Oh, that was awful. That was, you could tell he lost the car immediately. That was not great. He got onto the gravel a little bit too deep into the second chicane. Got on the gravel, span and hit the wall opposite. No tyre there, no tyres whatsoever. As for anyone out there, Dakobo might have just set a lap, but it might have been invalidated. Would have put him in front of Denja, and only Denja. Couple of people now coming back out for outlaps. Do we go in Joe's perspective, I think, after this? I haven't seen much of Joe yet today. Get a half lap. Oh no, we get a sector between him and Staper. Maybe a little bit more by the end of the outlaps. Let's see what Jacobo doing through sector 2 then, going through Aqua Minerale now, keeps it valid. Keeps the car. It hasn't been messy at all yet. We've had one DNF that I caught on camera anyway. I don't know what happened to Ginger, but Salieri in the wall in the second sector there. We're just watching Jacobo come through now and try and set an actual time. He's not had the greatest of luck with it so far. He sets himself a 15.1, puts himself into 10th. Could be worse. We'll go and watch Joe now. Joe, one of the Alfa Romeos there, just doing his outlap. It's not been messy at all, I don't think. Can understand Salieri having a bit of a nightmare. It's more going on there than I'm willing to say on stream. Joe, not bad through the first sector. Let's see where he can put himself through the second sector. Joe's looking to be far more toward the front of the grid here, considering he is probably hoping to take advantage of a missing Stel. Time he'd probably do a 14.9. He's got to do a lot. He's got to get a lot of time through this last sector if he wants to put himself anywhere near the front of the grid. Still 9/10 of a second off of Logan. And he's done very well to have that to count, because I'm pretty sure that was four tires over the white line, but never mind. He does a 14.71. He puts himself up to 7th, just in behind Ishmael. So let's have a look at Stabers coming down to the line now. There's a Mercedes. Looks like that was Mitchell. Don't know if he set a faster time or there's a hold up at turn 1. So it looks like Alfa Romeo's just gone into the gravel because of it. And it looked like Staber might have improved slightly there, but he's not moved at all. Let's have a look. Oh, Mitchell sliding a little bit through Aqua Minerale. Not done an awful lot. Donny's about to come round to the line now. Let's see what Donny can do. Donny does a 14.785, and we seem to have a lot of people with that little bracket we've got from Ishmael to Donny here. Mitchell backed out of his lap. McLaren, it looks like that's Stickless coming over the line now. 15.4 doesn't move him anywhere, but it is quicker than what he was doing before. What's the next one to the line? Mitchell doing his thing. Stickless has just retired from the session. It looks like we're going towards the end now. Logan might be backing people up here. Whether or not, he's going for a fast lap anyway. Alu retired for the session, so we are definitely running out of time here. Would like it for the yellow flag to go away. Yeah, we've got 20 seconds. No yellow flag in the final end of final corner. Jacobo retires. Then Aston Martin, yeah, Staber retires. Everyone's starting to retire where they are. Ishmael did a 14.393. That's a pretty good time. Logan gets all out of sorts through the hairpin. And there you go, it validates, there you go, just backed out of his time, so... Where's Bambino? Bambino's qualifying is over. What's Mitchell doing? Mitchell's the closest to the line I can see. The Alpine there, the Ross just comes into the pit, Donny retires. So we'll watch Mitchell, we'll keep going back as we go along. Ross has just retired. We'll keep going back as in terms of track as we go through the final laps here. Mitchell, what time is he going to set? Is he going to... He does a 42! Puts him second! What's Skeldy? Skeldy is coming to the line. Skeldy doesn't move himself at all, but he does go as 10th and a half quicker. Bambino comes into pit. The Alfa Romeo Racing is invalidated his time. LBU looks like he did a 10th quicker, but hasn't got any positions. Joe invalidated his time. BR4 was not able to go quicker than Mitchell. And I think that's it. I think that might be it. We've got Joe left. He's invalidated lap, and Ishmael is not on a particularly fast one. So that is it. That is your qualifying. Pole is a 14 flat. And Logan, sounding like what he would beforehand, might be a little bit disappointed with the fact he's done a 14 flat, but he won't be disappointed with the fact that he's on pole. Mitchell sits alongside him on the front row, 14.2. He's never going to be complaining with that. BR4 and Ishmael fill out the second row. We've got a couple of guys that you probably would have expected to be away up there. In qualifying anyway. We just wait for Ishmael to painfully go into the pit and not retire. He's doing this because he knows I'm the only... I have to watch it because he's the only one left. LBU, 9th on his first run in Tier 1. I don't think that's that bad, actually. Could have been a worse showing, that's for sure. Well then. That was actually a decently run qualifying. There were a couple of people getting in the way to each other and a couple of people in a wall, but that's not... Look at that, the entire top 10 separated by 0.7 of a second, or just over. Many front wings to grab as a memory of a chaotic race. Is it as bad as last week? Is it as bad as Disney on Ice Tier 1 version? I don't think it'll be that bad. Yeah, I got what you mean. I got what you meant. I don't think it's as bad as the Disney on Ice, though, Alex. I don't think we're getting that quite that bad. Also, why the... What? Here's a casual AlphaTauri and a Mercedes just driving around track there. Not sure why that would happen. Maybe some strikes. Somebody just gonna bowl the rest of the grid off into the gravel. As for that person who said asked how messy it had been, this is the part you would expect it to get messy, especially into turn 1. Anyone got any predictions before we go on go racing? The party audio. It's just them screaming Bottas, yeah. That would be brilliant. Well, we're waiting. Everyone going on the formation lap now. That pit stop strategy is BS. That's for sure. Unless there's a safety car, then the second one will come true. I don't think anyone's doing a soft to hard. You think there'll be at least 3 safety cars? Anyone going higher or lower on that one? We got the first better on here. I think we might have 2 safety cars and 2 virtual safety cars. Just what I think anyway. We could do the tier 2 version and have a singular safety car, which ended up screwing me out of a win. But never mind. Enough of that talking. Mitchell just backing everyone up, and the mind games are now going to start. Just in case of whether or not Logan realizes how far Mitchell's back. He clearly doesn't. I see that Logan cares about his tyres as much as, well, I'm trying to think of things. Oh, Mitchell's catching up. That would have ended before I even got the chance to finish the sentence. There's a few gaps starting to form now. BR Fords have got a little bit of a gap to Mitchell. Tries to make these guys not warm their tyres up correctly. Formation lap is pretty much just mind games. We'll get to the actual race where Mitchell might be in a better position. The first position on the grid, not exactly the best position to be on the grid when it comes to Imola. On the outside there. And Logan's starts are never usually his best friend anyway, so Mitchell could really be looking to take advantage of this. But it is what it is. We might... Everyone's about to get back on the grid. And from that point, it'll be 5 red lights, and then lights are, away we go. But... just waiting for everyone, the last person to get set up on grid. Give me an actual decent camera angle. Going into the first couple of corners here. There you go, that's a decent camera angle looking down the straight instead of that from the back. And here we go, it's lights out, away we go! Looks like Logan's got a decent start this time. And everyone's alongside Mitchell immediately. We got a couple of guys going half a tenth there. 2 going too wide, and Mitchell's spun! Mitchell's spun! It looks like BR4's got himself in the grass as well. And there's already someone spinning. We got like 5 wide back here. Everyone going into the chicane alongside each other. There's a McLaren going extremely wide. There's an Alfa Romeo in the gravel. Couple of mistakes made really early on there, and I can't imagine that conversation between Mitchell and Logan will be too nice. Let's have a look at Ishmael trying to go after Joe at the moment. Ishmael's not going to complain with Mitchell being thing, and there you go. There's a little trick there to not get a penalty in Imola. Avoided by just going over the blue, especially if you fuck up through Minerali. And there's too wide into the chicane here. There's someone been forced off the chicane as well. It looked like the Kobo just couldn't actually take the corner in the end. The Kobo and Stickless going at it now. A few people just flying everywhere. Denja and LBU. LBU getting squeezed majorly by Denja. The Ross and Staber's coming into the pit. Skeldy and the Kobo going at it. It looked like Joe and Royal got it going at it as well, and Joe and Ishmael, sorry. I just realised I said the same name twice. Denja and LBU going at it as LBU takes that position back from Denja, and Ishmael does well to defend from Joe here, who's now in the path of Alu, and the yellow flag in Sector 1 for Alpha and Mayo Racing. And there's a virtual safety car. What has happened to Racing? Oh, he's got no front wing, and he's ever so slowly coming back on the track. Staber and Dakobo both coming into the pits. I assume wing damage for the two of those. Mitchell, unfortunate start, gets screwed into turn 2. Oh, there's enough space there is a different question. If you haven't noticed already, I try to stay as impartial as physically possible through... yeah, they've only got one front wing, entire front wing. I'm pretty sure Staber and Jacobo had damage to front wings as well, so they've got bits and pieces. They're the virtual safety car, so my prediction of a virtual safety car and 2 virtual safety cars and 2 safety cars is still on point at the moment. It looks like Logan with 1.7 second gap already. Ishmael's just going to have to defend from Joe for a slow while. And Denja spun. What's happened to Denja off the final corner? He's in the wall. Looks like he got a bunch of gravel as well. Go back up to Joe, as he's just tagging on the back of Ishmael here. Couple of trains forming. If you look down the straight, there's 5 seconds for speeding in the pit lane. Denja's retired from the session. He went in the pit lane though, so we're not getting a virtual safety car any for that. Joe gets to the inside, almost cuts off Alu, who's now in the clutches of Bambino. Ishmael defending from Joe, does it really well. Alu's same from Bambino in 5th. Going into Aqua Minerali, Joe just carries way too much speed into it. Overshoots it by a mile. Bambino tried to get on the back of Alu there, try and make him move work into the chicane, but he doesn't. BR4 slowly catching up as well. It looks like LBU's just got 3 seconds on his first race here in Tier 1. Might be the first race in the league for him, actually. Looking down the grid, Bambino the closest guy to the guy in front of him. Trocker sets another fastest lap. DRS is now enabled. It was last lap, but people can use it now. Denja's left the session. And it looked like Joe and Ishmael going at it once again. It looks like this is going to be your battle. And Logan just storms off well in front, and Ishmael's going to have to do a little bit more defending. 3-4, it's more than a 3-way fight at this point. It's 5-way if you count up all the way to BR4. It looks like Ishmael is doing some solid defending to start this race off though. When the tyres start going off might be a different question entirely. Going through the corner before Aqua Minerali now. See if Joe makes the same mistake as he did last time. Ishmael makes the mistake of going really deep. Joe does make the same mistake of carrying way too much speed. It's Aqua Minerali again. It might make him liable to move. It doesn't. But now all 3 of them behind are on a very, very similar level. All about a quarter second away. Dalu just currently sits in 4th. Into the final couple of corners in lap 4 onto lap 5. Logan starts that off. Going down the straight, DRS, Staber gets 3 seconds for track limits. It's like Racing, Racing got the penalty earlier for the pit lane issue. Here comes DRS, looks like Ishmael going to clean that off again. It shuts the door very early, Mitchell and Skildy going at it. DRS allowed for Mitchell to get through pretty easily. Joe and Ishmael into the second chicane. Joe looks to make a move to the inside. The yellow flag and Stickless has retired. Stickless has retired in Sector 1. Safety car! And Logan's lead is about to crumble a little bit here. And Ishmael is going to have a couple of laps to take a breath from Joe's onslaught. I get a couple of laps to just hold my calm down a minute. So we've had 2 DNS already, Stickless and Denja. Stickless not having it all his own way since moving up from tier 2. Denja just never got really off the starting blocks. 1 on track, 2 to go. You are right. I'm halfway to my prediction of 2 safety cars, 2 virtual safety cars, 1 apiece already. Mitchell might be able to do a recovery drive here. Everyone coming into pit. Okay. I assume that's to go on to hards. I'm not sure I'd be doing this. I sure as hell wouldn't be sure it's 2-stop. Couple of 5 seconds for Salieri. There's a hard tyre. Ross stayed out. There's a hard tyre stop for Logan. There's a hard tyre stop for Ishmael. 1 for BR4 as well. Joe, Alu and Bambino are banking on a safety car later on in the race. Donny, Salieri, Mitchell, LBU all go on to mediums as well. Scaldy, BR4, Logan and Ishmael looking to go to the end. I would go 2-stop mediums. But at that point you are playing a very dangerous game, because if it turns out, just by sheer luck, there's not a safety car for the rest of the race, you are royally screwed. If there is not another safety car in this race, then you've lost the pit stop at that point. So, I don't know. I can understand the shift to hard. Sorry, I can understand the logic behind a medium 2-stop now. And I don't know for me, but I don't think it would be a 2-stop medium. You could do 12 laps on the softs, and the softs don't really go off an awful lot here. I'm probably doing 16-10. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe 17-9 if you want to push it, but safety car is probably even less than that for the mediums. You could get away with going on the soft lap 22 or thereabouts. True, get away from the field. Okay, fair enough. I might have to bring up my what do you call it here? My YouTube. So I can get the yeah, so live chat. Yeah, while they crash. Yeah, no, that's fine. I just think the hards, if you are unscathed with the hards, then highly, but there is always that. Been going for quite a while under it. Ross stayed out on his 6th lap mediums, by the way. It's going to be our leader into the safety car restart. Don't know if he'll last very long with Logan on the back of him, but there is that. Trocker going for hards. I don't think I blame him. He could go to the end. No, it's absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm assuming you're meaning that as a joke style, but it's absolutely not medium to the end from here. Medium barely last 20 laps. Could feel him going off when I did practice. Hello, Ryan. I don't think you're getting mediums to the end. I feel like your tires would be screaming at you at this point. Also, that's a very, very late safety car notice. Jesus Christ. There we go, I guess. Safety car in now. Ross is not. That's not. Huh? What the hell's happened here? Ishmael gets overtaken by Alu, but that's an overtaking to the safety car restart, isn't it? Bambino and Ross. Ross is gone. Ross is gone. Ross all the way to the back. Scaldy's lost the position as well. Let's have a look at this battle, actually. Scaldy. Jacobo and Donny. The 5-way battle actually here. Mitchell's all the way up into 6th. Off of whatever the hell that safety car restart was. But I'm almost certain you're going to have to do some stewarding at the end of this. I'm almost certain that's an overtake before the safety car, before the finish line, sorry. Absolutely crazy safety car restart. BR4's retired! Oh god, BR4, let's see if we can get the angle. There's another safety car! What is going on? We've just come out of one! We've just come out of one. Both of the McLarens are out. BR4 is in a wall off Aqua Minerale. Ouch. Well, we've already had one chaotic safety car restart. Yeah, you're right, Alex. You are right. You are one away from predicting it, right? I need a virtual safety car in the next 23 laps, and that's it. That's all I need if I'm right. Good luck with that one. Ross comes into pit after he slid into turn 1. Going on to softs, which is a interesting 2-stop now. But this, Joe's in the lead. I'm almost dead certain someone got overtaken into the safety car, into the start-finish line. So I'm almost dead certain there's somebody getting penalised for that. I'm gonna need some. I'm gonna need to look at some of these POVs because I'm pretty sure, on my screen anyway, whether or not Ross was off the track at the time. Yeah, we haven't even got past the first part of the race. We might be. How's LBU in front of Mitchell now? Mitchell spin by any chance? Probably. LBU going into 6th, or Mitchell into 7th. Ishmael with the big loser there. Ross obviously taking his spin, biggest loser. Logan stays 2nd as he was going through this into the end of that safety car anyway. There's absolutely chaos. Are we going here? I don't think we are. No, we're not, because Joe's way too close to the safety car to be going here. Yep. Going one more lap under the safety car and then coming in because everyone's bunched up. We have 3 DNFs already. Anyone want to take me up on the under 10 finishers? We are on lap 10. We've got 3 out. There's only 5 more to go without to crash out before we got less than 10 finishers. Anyone want to take me up on that offer? Ross comes into pit again. I'm on to mediums. Oh, if I'm doing it now, mediums to the end would be, I don't know, you probably might get away with it here. I don't think you get away with it 3 laps. I mean, I can understand going, because the safety car came out lap 4, remember? You're going from lap 4 to the end, there's no hope on mediums. Absolutely no hope on mediums. Or you came out lap 5 or something of that nature. Your softs, your mediums aren't going 30 laps or there and thereabouts. I don't know. If I'm going here, if I never pitted for the first one, and I would say, if I was in Ross positions before a spin and the safety car came out now, I'm well and truly onto those mediums, but I'm not sure I'm worth another pit stop. Maybe another one in 5 or 10 laps, I think. Racing hard's where it at best racing tire. God damn it, Luke. God damn it, Ryan. Nah, I'm not sure the hard. I'm not sure. It's one of those where if you feel like you need to roll the dice, you'll go mediums. But if you wanted to play it safe, I think with Logan's pace, I think that's just what this was. And Joe backing everyone up finally. We actually get a safety car restart that makes sense. And yeah, no, Logan, he's not going there. The hards are so bad. I kind of have to agree with you, but I don't think I'd go to mediums from here. Oh, Logan's caught napping. He was at the start there anyway. He was caught sleeping so badly there. Bambino and LBU now going at it. On the back of Ishmael. Bambino is going to stay in front because LBU goes really deep and it's going to prevent Mitchell from doing an awful lot as well. Everyone alongside each other. We're going to get anything between the Haas and the Williams. The Williams looked for a switchback and then a little bit more. And someone else has gone as well. It's the Mercedes now going to the back. Donny and Mitchell going at it after Mitchell hits the back of LBU. And Mitchell around the outside. Going to get a warning, but had a hell of a lot more pace. Stable looked like he got wide there as well. Into Aqua Minerale, looked like LBU, and the yellow flag. Ross was retired. Ross was leading at one point, now out of the session entirely. We're in with another safety car! We're in with another safety car! We've only just one. Can I have a lap? Can I have a lap where I'm commentating, please? No, Mike, you don't want to know. You don't want to know. You don't want to know. Yeah, we won safety car number 3 on lap 11. We have since lap 4 got two proper laps of racing here. Well, I'm certainly going mediums to the end, I think. On my way to bet some cash. Alex, the problem is you've now got to go 20 laps to the end and then another retiree! What has happened here? 3 more into the pits. They're going on mediums to the end of the race. The Kobo came in and onto the thing. I look like racing's retired in the pit, so. Oh, God Christ. The stewards are going to have a hell of a lot of fun with that safety car restart. I'll say that much. The safety car restart, the first one, I'm pretty sure that about 7 overtakes under the safety car. I mean, Joe's jumped from 3rd to 1st under it, I know that much. And not even got to the line before the overtaking happened. And Ross, little bit thing there. There's a very late safety car call from the game. It was on the final, it was past the final corner when it called it in. And now we go for 2 more laps under the damn safety car. I thought I was joking earlier when I said it wouldn't be as bad as Disney on Ice that we got last week. Boy, they're fucking trying. This is just a joke. PR4 rejoined the race. I mean, they might have a little bit of a problem with that. We'll fix your car now. You can unlap yourself. God damn it, Ryan. Well, who's the tip to win from here then, lads? Lap 13. We'll go racing again on lap 14 of 32. Who you got for winning and any updated safety car things? Because Alex is over here seems to be certain he's got his 3 safety cars and winning. He might have wanted to have just gone over 3 safety cars at this point. It would have been it would have won some money. If we were actually betting. Ishmael and Alu going really close to each other. Alu needs to catch back up to the back of Logan. Who's dumping next on ALR bingo? I'm going to take a guess and say it's probably going to be Donny. And or the Kobo. Or both. At the same time. On the same corner. Because why not? Because chaos. Also, when I said earlier, lads, lads and lasses, whoever, if any lasses are watching, a podium of Ishmael, LBU, and Salieri. I think it would be nice to see Salieri do well. Donny or Stable or DNF next. Yeah, no, I feel like that's a strong bet. I'm going with Jacobo. Does he to have just got anything to work here since the move from tier 3 to tier 1 safety car in this lap? That was obvious. Everyone's on the back. We've only got 12 left. My under 10 finishes for this race is looking exceptionally good right now. 8 will finish the race. Fair enough. Jacob, Paul House P4. Paul House qualified second. Mitchell qualified second. Here we go again. It doesn't look like Joe's caught Trocker sleeping this time. And Logan got straight on the back of him. Ishmael straight on the back of Alu as well. Is he able to make anything work? Logan looks like he is. They're going to go almost side by side into turn 1. It doesn't look like there's any other flying wings back there. It looks like Bambino might be the next victim of all this. Salieri's lost a position to Scaldy as well. What's going on back here? Have we lost any front wings? Bambino's end plate looks like it's gone. Logan has not able to catch up to Joe, who's currently in first and has to do some Ishmael-style defending to hold off probably the fastest guy on this track anyway. Everyone in the tier within a second thing, minus Bambino, who most definitely has to have some damage there. LBU closing in. Didn't quite get enough on Ishmael. Might get a run through the next corner. Is Ishmael going to have enough in the tank to defend it? He's certainly going to try. LBU looked for it. He looked like he was going to. And Mitchell! Oh, Mitchell lost his front wing. We might have another one. Oh, he's on the back of LBU after LBU just goes straight to way too deep. His safety car number 4. And Logan looked for a move and is going to have to just wait one more second. Oh my god, we're not even halfway through the race. Mitchell, that is incredibly unfortunate. That wasn't even caused by him doing anything in particular. It was just caused by LBU not backing out quick enough. He goes straight into the back of Ishmael, who pushed it, well, the recoil, the actual crash there, sends him straight into the front wing, sends Mitchell straight into the rear wing of LBU in front of him. Not really much Mitchell can do about getting out of the way of that one. Not really a lot that anyone can do whatsoever there, to be honest with you. Not sure you can call that one anyone's fault. Mitchell had such a good qualifying, and his race has just been everything that's unlucky under the sun. I'm not sure you can say he brake checked him. I'm not sure you can say he brake checked him. I'm not sure you can say he brake checked him. I'm really not. I don't think he brake checked him. I think it was the actual collision that he had. Logan, you can't overtake him. There's no point going that close. Yeah, I genuinely just think it was the collision between LBU and Ishmael that may or may not have sent. What the hell were you doing there, Logan? Also, mediums, I guess. LBU's coming to pit. I assume that's wing damage. Salieri's coming to pit, so double stack. Salieri just got 5 seconds to speed in the pit lane. Unfortunate. At least Mitchell and Bambino should be able to catch back up after their pits. This doesn't mean Mitchell's completely out of it, but he's going to wish that his race had gone in a different way. It's a really unfortunate. Bambino, yeah. Well, force, yep. It looks like we were both wrong, Alex. Looks like we were both wrong. And half the grid's got penalties that survive. It looks like we have to, Alex, I think we might have to call this Dancing on Ice Part 2. So we've had 4 safety cars. We haven't had more than 2 proper racing laps in consecutively since lap 4. It's genuinely, I know I harped back to the question earlier, but somebody asked in stream, how messy has it got? You definitely asked about the wrong thing. The messy part is the race. We're too we were too optimistic for good awareness. Yeah. I don't know who you're gonna. I don't know if you can blame anyone for the last one. I'm pretty sure Mitchell will call it a brake test. I'm pretty sure it just happened because it's the collision between Ishmael and LBU quite in front of him just jolts LBU's car back. And there's no real way of stopping that. That's not LBU's thing. The only thing I can realistically say is LBU should have probably backed out slightly earlier in the corner, gave him a bit more space, but that's literally the only thing I can think of. I don't think that's enough to warrant a penalty. I think that would be incredibly harsh, as much as it's almost ruined Mitchell's race here. Mitchell's going to be able to get on through, get back onto the back of everyone here, and not necessarily get away with it, but it's definitely going to help the fact that he's on mediums to the end now. Salieri goes on to softs. I have said you could do 12 laps on the soft without them going off a lot. I haven't tried 14. I think 14 might be pushing it. I mean, he could just be betting on another safety car. We've already seen 4. Easily sauced to the end. Fair enough. I don't know if 14... I struggle when they're on 12, so... Might just be me, but 14 laps on the softs, I mean, you probably could keep them better in shape, especially if you're on a wheel, but I think you're pushing a limit. If you can get into the end, then good on you. Safety car in this lap? Doesn't look like it. Nope, it's not. We're going one more. I'm going to get Salieri on the back of everyone, and then we go again. Thank God it took one more corner for Salieri to, look, everyone forced up to Bambino and Salieri already. Look, Mitchell down 8. Oh yeah, no, I'm not saying you are going to think. I don't know. I think you probably could make it to the end of them, but the chance, I don't think you risk the chances of spinning at this point. Bearing in mind that we're in the position, or it looks like we're going to be in the position that if you survive, you get points. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. No, you can definitely go to the end without getting a puncture, that's for sure. Whether it's wise to do so is a different question. Give it a lap of racing. The safety car will come back out, and then you go on to softs. What, Ryan? Still got people on the mediums, 11 laps, people on the hards. With the fact that there's 4 safety cars, the Stell decision that would have been going to go on the mediums, and the first safety car might have been validated. Also, West Ham are massive. I assume that means West Ham are winning. It looked like we're going in this lap. We're going to get racing again. The real question is, for the 4th time of asking, how long are we getting racing for? Maybe we go to the end of the race this time. We'll have just chance than that. You see Joe backing everyone up. Joe 2-0, Dawson and Rice. Okay, fair enough. What's the Frankfurt score while we're at it? Looks like Joe is just going to warm up his tyres, make sure that he's going to at least attempt to catch Logan sleeping. He slightly does. Donny and Ishmael, that's not the line. It looked like Ishmael just got tapped by the Aston Martin there. It looked like we're going 4 wide. Ishmael alongside Donny, and Ishmael's going to keep his 4th position. That's nicely done. Scaled in, not able to do an awful lot with Staber there. He's going to get drawn into a fight with Jacobo behind him. Jacobo holds off LBU slightly. It did for a moment there. Mitchell right behind LBU again. We saw what happened last time that happened. LBU and Jacobo. And there's a little bit of a collision there. He just whacked Jacobo. They're both going to go together through this corner. And now it's Aqua Minerale. And there's another one where you've hit the back and everyone's going to have to brake because there's too many people making these kind of errors. This is what led to the last safety car. So you're making the same errors again. You would think people would have learned by now. And maybe this is where the hard tires come into it. Because you see Ishmael catching right up to the back of Alu. And Logan just not able to get past Joe yet. It's about 0.3 of a second, a quarter of a second here at the front. No DRS with the, I assume that means he's using ERS. And he's gonna get in front. He's finally done it. He's finally done it. Logan has hit the front again. For the first time since the first set of safety cards. Go through Mitchell on LBU. These two seem to be fighting an awful lot. And it looks like he's going to get alongside. He's going to definitely get alongside. Does he have to run out the corner? It looks like he does. He definitely had the inside line as well. He does have the pace. LBU is going to have to sit back. And LBU is going to have the position taken off him. So Mitchell goes up to 8. West Ham 3-0 up. Staber right on the back. Surprised only 4 people have penalties. Well, technically half of them just served it. So it was a bit more than 4. It's just track limit penalties. Everyone's getting a penalty now you said it. Salieri coming after Jacobo. Jacobo also gets 3 seconds for the track limits there, as immediately after everything was said here. DRS has been enabled, but you won't get it down this straight. Into turn 2. And nothing really going to happen there. Ishmael just slowly dropping off the back of Alu, who's not able to keep pace with the front 2. Looking down the grid, no one else made a move there. Mitchell just slightly out of DRS of Scaldy. You would expect that to come down pretty quickly. Mitchell trying to push. Gonna have fresh mediums. Well, he has fresh mediums now. His medium's gonna go all the way, quite and then some. 4 tenths of a second now between Joe and Logan. As Logan just starting to make his way off into the distance. Well, he might do if he can get the gap big enough by the time the first straight comes back round. Everyone gets DRS. Every single person without fail gets DRS here. Minus Logan. Well, and Donny. I'd say that Donny just loses a major amount of time to Ishmael. And gonna have to settle with staying in 5th for the moment. Gonna have to let his teammate through in a minute as well. Joe with DRS, about quarter of a second behind, going into turn 1. Staber gets past Donny, and Joe does back off. Logan does well enough to keep the position for now. Ishmael half a second back on Alu. The fight now between Salieri and Bambino. It was between Salieri and Jacobo through turn 1. These two are going to battle it out now, back of the field. Mitchell 4 tenths of a second now behind Scaldy. His pace should be able to get. That was annoying. Back to this anyway. It's gone for a minute. Joe's still about 4 tenths of a second back, not really making any inroads whatsoever. Scaldy on the back of Donny now. We might see both of them with move soon enough. Salieri gets overtaken by Bambino. About 2 tenths of a second now between Ishmael and Staber. They both have penalties. Might drop them back at the end of the day. 3 and a bit tenths of a second now. Mitchell closing in on Scaldy. They're both going to get DRS. Staber sets the fastest lap of the race so far. Ishmael does have DRS as well, but Stable's faster tyre with the slipstream might just be too much. It isn't too much, as Ishmael's going to stay in front. Skeldy gets in front of Donny as well. And Staber and Ishmael going at it one more time. 3 more seconds for LBU. And there's another spin. It's Mitchell again. Not sure if there's any contact there. They're too busy looking at the Staber fight with Ishmael. Mitchell just had the most unluckiest race he possibly could have had here. Same. Mid 3 seconds, just beat the poor man while he's down. Why don't you, Gabe? Yeah, if Louis can make these races, King David should not be in tier 2 either. 4 tenths of a second. David. Oh, David gets a little bit uneasy through the chicane. The Turbo picks up another 3. We've gone more than 4 laps without actually having a safety car, lads. Might be a record for this race. DRS is going to be a nightmare for Ishmael. Staber's going to come on the offensive again. Whether or not Scaldy can make some sort of anything work as Jacobo comes into the pits, as Jacobo's going to retire from the session. We're not going to get a safety car. Mitchell moves up into 11th. It looks like we are almost at 10 finishes. About 3 tenths of a second. Staber not really making any inroads into Ishmael's hold on 4th at the moment. The front 3 don't have any penalties, so the tyres are going to be the main concern here. Logan should start to pull away any moment, so when those mediums start falling off a little bit. Yellow flag in sector 1 is just the Mercedes parked up at the end of the pit lane for some reason. Need to get that car off the track, off of the pit lane. 4 tenths of a second now between, it's 3 tenths of a second between Staber and Ishmael. That's actually the closest we've got, so we're going to go watch that. And it looked like the situation goes a bit better between Ishmael and Staber than it did between Ishmael and LBU a few laps back. And with DRS, Ishmael is absolutely just a sitting duck here. Here we go. Diva getting to turn 1, and Staber's going to get in front. It looked like Joe was not able to make any further dent into Logan's lead. Those mediums surprisingly still have a decent amount of pace compared to those hards. Mitchell pits again. I don't know if he's going off the... he's going to retire in the pit lane, or he's just going to be content with finishing the race. One of the two. Too many safety cars, agreed. Should not have 4 in a race. The driving standards need to pick up. Bambino trying to hunt down LBU now. 8 lap hards versus the mediums, and there's another crash into the back of someone. Bambino just clips the back of LBU there and lost quite a decent chunk of time. Up the grid, there's Ishmael losing a lot of time on Staber. Hello, Mitchell.
Hello.
Do you wanna have a unluckier race if you tried?
Gran League. I'll say that on stream, I don't care.
And Ishmael's
my god.
Ishmael's gonna go down the inside here. We're gonna go Joe on Logan first, and Ishmael's gonna get Staber in the process. Joe's not gonna get Logan. And Ishmael's gonna take 4th place back. Joe right on the back of Logan once again. And Logan just doing the smallest amount, and just a bare minimum to stay in front. LBU is about 4 tenths of a second off Donny now. Donny sat in 7th with no penalties, probably going to jump a couple of people. Scaldy and Staber, as Scaldy goes on past Staber, going to get the position of Ishmael with penalties. And Staber gets an extra 3 seconds tacked onto the end of it. For track limits, I think Joe is trying to stay, but if he wants to win, he's got to, yeah. Those tyres are going to come through eventually, those hard tyres, and those mediums are going to go off. It's got.
Yeah, it's questionable if the medium runners will make it, to be honest.
I think they
I think because when I lost my front wing, those tires were already on like 22%, and those were just left spine to safety car almost. So it's gone. That will be close.
I think it's the safety car that's actually helping them to the end on these mediums. Here we
True,
go, Joe
true.
again. It's Joe to the outside, turn 1, doesn't get it. Logan's going to stay in front yet again. They go through turn 3. Joe with the slipstream is not going to have enough to get past Logan into the second chicane. And there's an Ishmael closing in on Alu for that final podium spot on track at the very least. And there's just a giant train of people behind him. You've got Scaldy leading an entire train all the way up to Mitchell in 11th.
Yay.
Ishmael fighting at the moment. My voice is starting to go. I don't know if you can hear it. Staber's closing in on Scaldy. He doesn't get him into the chicane, and Scaldy doing some fine defensive work for his teammate, just getting a bunch of space in front of him. It's 3 seconds between Ishmael and Scaldy, which means that Ishmael's penalty is basically just doesn't matter at this point. Ineffective is the word I was looking for. Joe with DRS again, half a second back into turn 1, too far back. Is Ishmael in front of Alu? Ishmael does get in front of Alu, and Staber gets in front of Scaldy as well. And we've just seen a couple of people shift in position, and Staber is too far. Well, Staber's not the one who's even catching it. Scaldy between Scaldy and Ishmael the distance here. So Ishmael at the moment is going to get 4th, which he will definitely take. He's going to have to open a gap up to Alu at some point in the near future if he's going to try and get himself on a podium, though. There has been far too many safety cars in this race. We've only got 4 laps to the end. There is still the possibility of one more. Going toward the end of the race now. 4 bit laps from the end. 3 and a bit laps even. No, I can't count 4 and a bit laps. Bambino closing in on Donny. Almost a case of everyone that finishes gets points. Staber's catching Alu at quite the rate. Scaldy's losing time behind, which is going to help Ishmael through all this. The Red Bull looking poised to get the final podium spot. Joe with DRS is still way too far back into turn 1. He's going to have to do a lot better through a lap if he wants a shot. He's running out of time, and he's running out of time very quickly. Oh, and that's it. That's it. Well, you can hand Logan the race win now. Joe's in the gravel.
Oh.
Joe's in the gravel. He's lost 2.5. He's lost 2 seconds through that one corner, and now he's got a flying Ishmael and an Alu Palu behind him. Now going to fend them off with those medium tires that are probably starting to scream at him. And it's not looking too good for him, let's just say that. Alu's right on the back of Ishmael, but with DRS for Ishmael, it looked like Alu's going to struggle. So building a slight gap. DRS is going to help Ishmael now. Whether or not he can get 3 seconds is a different question. It's 3 seconds between Alu and Ishmael. If Ishmael can get that 3 seconds again in front of the second prediction went to the moon and never came back. Fair.
Damage.
It's 4 tenths. Here we go. DRS with Ishmael. Is he going to get Joe? Joe is tired and has fallen off at this point. He doesn't quite get enough to go after Joe. He has got quite a decent... he did have a decent gap on Alu. And everyone behind Alu now is just dropping off the back. Going to the leader, just over the 3 second gap to Ishmael. LBU and Salieri is just switched positions. Penalties won't really matter for any of them at the moment. Ishmael half a second back on Joe. He's running out of time if he wants to make a move. He's also running out of time of making a gap to Alu. I think he'll be happy with 4th. The Staber is way too far back and has 3 seconds extra in penalties. LBU gets another 3 seconds. It's 4/10 of a second now for Ishmael. Those medium tyres are falling off more and more by the lap, and Logan has a 4-second advantage. And here comes DRS. Logan with not Logan, Ishmael with DRS. So I was just talking about Logan. Here we go to the inside of turn 1. And Ishmael gets him, and 5 seconds for LBU. Tacked on to the end of the race for speed in the pit lane. Ishmael has got the position. Salieri has lost the position out to Donny. And those two come through turn 1. And Ishmael now has almost a second gap on Joe already, whose tyres are all over the place, and Alu's getting a better grip on those tyres than Joe is. And the more and more we go on this race, the bigger chances that Ishmael might actually scrape something here. It is only a second he has, though. He needs 2 more. He's got better tyres on. He's closing in the gap to Logan, actually, in all this. I mean, a podium is still possible, but he's going to have to get a move on the yellow flag in sector 2. And it's no, it's not LBU, it's the other one, Salieri. Has just casually gone off at Aqua Minerale. Bambino going after Scaldy now, into the final couple of corners. And it's not going to be enough. DRS for Joe's going to bring him back to Ishmael, which he's going to gracefully have at the moment. Ishmael losing out rapidly. Joe is going to get him. Or it looked like he was going to get him. They're going to go too wide into turn 1. He forces Joe wide. Joe is going to now fight with Alu, who could be in for a second place here. He could be, if he could actually get past Joe. And you just see a Staber in the background there, just hanging onto the back. And Ishmael now has a second gap to Joe. He's broke it a bit too little too late. Needed another couple of laps and he might have got a podium. Definitely too far ahead of Bambino. Oh no, he's actually not even... Yeah, no, he is. He's 5 seconds up. Alu, 4/10 back, half a second back on Joe. He has 2 corners to get it. He will get a podium anyway. Staber gets 3 extra. And Logan, through the final couple of corners, this was never in doubt. And Logan, through the final corner, and Logan's going to win here in Imola. And he does it fairly convincingly with pretty much a 6-second gap. Ishmael's going to be quite happy with his 4th, probably, but a little bit annoyed that it's not higher. Joe's going to take 2nd. Alu's going to take 3rd. Bambino's going to take 5th. Scalesy 6th. There's a good day for AlphaTauri here. The Aston Martins take up 7th and 8th. And Williams take up the final couple of point spots. And what was a promising day for LBU at the start has just fallen away much quicker than you would have hoped.
Don't get it.
LB, not bad for a drug.
He pitted for fastest lap, didn't even get it.
Here comes Mitchell to finish the race.
Well, I can talk about my day, right? So right here I got brake checked by LBU.
I don't think I could call it a brake check though, because he hits the back of Ishmael and it's jolting him back.
No, he didn't. He did it on my screen.
He did on mine.
When Ishmael already was gone. Logan understeered into me and spun me. Then down the straight, you know, a little bit further, I had massive O-speed and Donny was like, no, you're not getting past. So he just Max Verstappen me on the straight. So yeah, great.
Yeah, now on my screen it looks like whether or not he broke ever so slightly earlier than hitting Ishmael might be a different question, but it looks like he hits the back of Ishmael and that's what jolts him back. Or that's what it looked like to me anyway. I thought it was incredibly unlucky. But The only difference I think he could have just backed out on the move from Ishmael slightly earlier, but it is. It is
On
what
my
it is.
screen, Ishmael was already gone and he braked another time.
Yeah, on my screen there was not enough of a
We'll
gap.
see it in the still. We'll see it in the
Yeah, I
still.
assume.
Just can't catch a break.
The SC is your fault. He's blaming Logan's blaming Ross.
Yeah, Ross's internet was shaky today,
I don't actually know what the hell happened in that first thing, because it looks like there's a bunch of overtakes before the line. I'm almost certain there's more overtakes going back in the grid as well. On other safety cars, Donnie gets Ishmael at one point, I'm pretty sure. Someone got Ishmael at one point under the safety car, didn't get to the line first. All I'm going to say is, good luck, stewards, because you're going to fucking need it.
You might want to add another steward now.
You're gonna need it. Trust me, you're screwed. As for people in the podium, so
I'm just proud of skills in P6.
Alu, Paolo, Joe, and Logan. Anyone else? I probably should. Yeah, Stuart's going to have to take a long time for this one. Why can't I spell Logan's at? I'm malfunctioning at this point. Do I get Ishmael in here for an interview as well?
Yeah, why not? If he wants to. Also, Boss are losing 3-0. What the fuck?
Yeah, and West Ham are 3-0 up as well. I'm pretty sure Darren made me very, very painfully aware of that one. Yeah. I decided not to put the football on at that point for this one. Because I had a funny feeling it would turn into Austria from last week. And it was very much right. Because we were having predictions on how many safety cars would be in the race, Mitchell.
Oh, every safety car, right?
Alex said 3, I said 2 and 2 virtual safety cars, so I got the right amount of... no, there's 5 technically virtual safety cars came out as well. But yeah, so... Is Ishmael in here in this one? He is. So is Joe. Well, you are.
I'm here.
And Alu's left already. So I guess we wait for Ishmael, considering he was 4th.
Sorry for that one, Mitchell. It was me that caused the crap for you. If it wasn't for me, you wouldn't have been there.
From all the things that happened, you spinning me from P2 to last is not the thing I'm mad at the most, so...
I'm gonna edit my...
One thing for sure, Ishmael, I don't know what Mitchell told me his thing, but on my screen it looked like he hit the back of you and then into Mitchell. So, I don't actually know.
Well, that's his own fault driving, then maybe he shouldn't be so bad at fucking doing a turn.
Alright. Go on then, let's start the interviews. Everyone's got audio sharing on, please.
Yeah, should do.
Alright. So, Ishmael, talk us through your day. No. God.
Not your whole day.
Oh,
I know,
okay.
I thought not your actual day in the
You
race.
know what you're talking
That's what I said no.
I thought you're caring. What do you mean?
No, we don't care.
Quali went well. And then, well, at the start, somehow Joe went from 7th to 2nd. And then, yeah, just from there. And then again, I was just pretty. I'm not gonna lie, the safety cars were very annoying. But
Don't have to tell me.
I think I was 4th from the first safety car restart. From that point, I was 4th for almost the entire time. And then I guess towards the end, the hards were a lot better because the mediums just turned to dog shit. I reckon if we didn't have so many safety cars, I would have been able to pull that gap at the end, but because those mediums went off.
Yeah, we were talking in stream quite a lot on whether or not it should have been mediums or hards. Was it a realistically hard choice for you to go onto those hards?
Not really. I thought it was lap 5 when it happened.
Yeah.
To go 27 laps on mediums for quite a long time, since, you know, it tells you to do it from lap, like, 12 for hards, so...
Yeah.
I just thought it's far too long for mediums and they're going to burn out. Initially, like, I'll be honest, Choco and I were both like, we may have made a mistake, but mainly because there were so many safety cars. But then, like, and it was for a little bit, like, they were faster than us, and then they just dropped off, like, really badly.
Yeah. And then, I assume you're happy with the P4. What's next?
I'm a bit disappointed, to be honest, because I got a penalty for going off the track under the safety car. And I was already off the track, the safety car comes out, I slowed to come back on the track, and I got a 3rd warning and a penalty because of that. So both my warnings came under the safety car when it came out. So, but, you know, we don't remove 3-second time penalties regardless, so, you know, can't get that removed, can we? And then probably at this rate I got penalised for hitting a car who, on my screen, was in about 7 places at once, so, yeah. Because, you know...
Also, final question. So going back a bit to the first safety car, anyway. Would you mind sharing what happened from your point of view? Because I'm asking this to everyone, by the way, because I have fucking no idea.
Basically, on my screen, so I've actually got my clip up. Like, I'm watching it now because I need to submit it. But basically, Ross, that entire time under the safety car, he's cutting out in and out. Like, you know, the X symbol pops up in his name. Like, it's constantly, like, disconnecting and then reconnecting. So I've left, like, a gap because I don't know what's going to happen. And then the restart happens, and then, like, because the lines, I drive into the back of him because he ghosts and unghosts, and I don't know where he is going properly. And it's already, like, almost gone green. So.
Well then. Thank you for the interview, Ishmael. First one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's go. Move on to Allo came third, and he's not here. So let's move on to Joe. Joe, tell me about your race.
A gamble that was tried, and sadly didn't pay off. That's the best way to describe that. And a lot of luck today. A lot of luck after a really bad qualifying from myself.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to ask you on the safety car question as well. So what are the safety cars? What's going through your head, and what happened on the first one?
So I was in a party with Ross and Alu, and I said to Ross, just be mindful, this is going to come in out the final corner, so just be ready to obviously back everyone up. Which Ross was, because of it. But then, I presume it's desync that's caused this, because it's not lag when you end up inside someone else like that. Because, obviously, 2 different places for 2 different screens for where Ishmael and Ross were. But all I saw was that Trocker was on my screen initially when inside Ross, and I thought it was him who'd taken Ross out, but then he comes back out and then spins, and Ishmael was on the right hand side of my screen for the whole time. But I was ready to go and just went through the inevitable carnage, and I was thinking I was going to get an illegal overtake penalty. Luckily I didn't. Golden sent to try and win the race, but yeah, couldn't capitalise on the luck from that first safety car.
Fair enough. So what was the decision in with the medium tyres then? Because you said it was a gamble. What led you to taking that gamble?
Well, last season, I pitted for mediums that I'd used in qualifying on lap 6, and I got to the end of the race on 80%. They were absolutely dreadful. I don't like any tyre around this track. Racing around this track to me is one of those painful things in the world, with the tyre drop off. But I was like, go on the mediums and take the risk. I was like, I'm not going to beat Logan. I knew I was going to beat him. especially with another car in the way, to overtake first. So it was on the mediums and just see if we can disrupt them and annoy them more than anything, and try and make them make a mistake. Obviously, we got the lead. I presume Logan really wanted it back off one of the safety car restarts, and he took it back. And I wasn't against it. I was like, you know what, I'll sit to the DRS and just wait until the end. But in the end, my tyres were significantly worse, I think, than anyone else's because of my setup, and it just didn't work. And it was just fell back into the clutch of Ishmael and Alu, and I only just in the end managed to finish the race because I think I had 77% on my front right. So
Jesus Christ.
any longer, I was risking the puncher any longer. The race was the perfect length for me to get second.
Fair enough. And well, we're almost hitting the halfway point of the season, and you're in a title fight now. So I assume you're just going for the title for the rest of the season, trying everything you can to do that.
Yeah, I think the first thing is going to have to be to win a race, because that still hasn't happened. And to be perfectly honest, I don't see it happening anytime soon. Because of the quality of other drivers, mainly Jock and
Keep getting the partner of the Red Sea, it might happen.
Twice.
Supposed to be a great job there today. Really.
Next time you be parted, Logan, okay?
Yeah.
But yeah, the goal is to win the title. Considering I finished second in 3 races already this season. Both races in Italy I finished second. I'd say it's a matter of time, but I honestly don't know. But if I win the championship without winning the race, then it's even better, really. Way down a marker.
Fair enough. Thank you for the interview there, Joe. And I might as well interview this cocky SOB. Go on then, Logan. You know how this starts. You've been through about 1,000 of them at this point. Go on.
Only one because he killed me.
He's fixed another race.
Let's qualify him.
I'll get a podium for you guys.
Qualifying my first lap was 14.2. It was good enough for pole, I think, in the end.
No, it wasn't.
Oh well.
I would have got you with 200s or something.
Oh, right. Well, it was a bit scruffy. I was pleased that for banker there was more in it, as I showed, and did a 14.0 on my second lap. And then I totally butchered the final lap. There's probably about another 2/10 in it, but doesn't matter. Lap 1, as already mentioned, I may or may not have killed a certain Mercedes. Then from there, I took the gamble on the hard. Well, it wasn't really a gamble; it was a safe option to go to the hards. And after that, when the lag on the safety car, that was just horrific. And then Joe got in front of me. I just wanted back in front of him because I knew I could control the race from there.
Fair enough. And well, you just mentioned that safety car. What's happened with your point of view and everything with that?
My point of view, Ross goes on my end, and I draw slightly alongside him, but he then lags over to my side of the track, goes in me, and then behind me, and then he goes punted off to the side. So I'm really not entirely sure what happened. There's clearly some lag on Ross's end, and it's not Ismail's fault.
Fair enough. And we saw toward the end there was about a 4 or 5 lap part there after the final safety car that it looked like Joe might have gotten you back. What's going through the mind of defending Joe while he's trying to get back at you?
Well, there was 3 or 4 laps where I could see he wasn't necessarily wanting back by, so I didn't even bother burning any ERS. I just drove in the middle of the road so he couldn't overtake me. And then after that, he did start to look when his tyres started to drop off, he started to look like he might want back in front. So had ERS to burn there. Just again drove in the middle of the road so he couldn't get by at turn 1, and then pulled away the rest of the lap. And then eventually I got to the point where I thought I could get him out of the DRS, then he ended up in a gravel trap. So
fair enough. Yeah, and well, the last one, the last question I'll ask you is, you said at Discord afterward that you look like you might be back in the title fight. What's the plans for the rest of the season when it comes to that title fight? Considering you're quite the way back at the start.
My ambition's to win. It's. I want to beat Joe. I want to beat Stell. I want to beat BR4. I want to prove what is rightfully mine.
Vengeance Tor then. God. Thank you. We can't get one stream without a disqualification joke, can we?
Honestly.
It wasn't a joke. It was...
No, it reminds me of Kobe when he's like,
Five years from now, Logan is shut up school.
yeah, honestly, yeah.
Alright, I'll end the interview there, and I'll also end the stream there.
Mitchell. It's all over.